I got 3 different ones. Perfect. Thank you so much. Perfect. I'll see you soon. Text me or call me if you have any issues.
Okay, that works.
Okay, see you soon. Bye. I'm okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't love them. Hello, good morning, friends. I am so excited to be spending the day with you all. Kind of have an unusual morning. Obviously, you know, it's not every morning I have someone come over and get my blood drawn. So this morning is going to be a slightly different than it usually would be, but it is like 7:30 right now, and I thought it'd be fun just to spend the day together. If you are new here, hello, my name is Molly. I live in Austin, Texas, and I talk about all things running, reading, life in my 30s, Disney, and it's a really fun time, so I hope you will stick around. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited just to bring you guys along for the day. I just had my blood drawn, so I'm actually not sure if I can go and get a workout in or if I need to wait a little bit. I had put my like time slot for between 7 to 9, and I'll talk about this a little bit more later. And I'm really glad that she came like right at 7, so it allows me just to have more of a full morning. But I'm gonna look into whether or not I need to like wait or if I'm good to go ahead and get a run in. I think I've got 6 miles for today, so if I need to wait a little bit, then I think I'll just get it done during lunch, because now we can do that because the weather is getting so much better in Austin, so that is a huge win. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just like pick up around here. We ended up having a super chill Sunday yesterday and didn't do like meal planning or groceries or anything, so we'll have that to do today. I've got some like unboxings and a little haul to do with you guys. I got my order in from the feed, so I've got some like gels just to open up with you guys, and then I'm having a fun girls' night tonight. So it should be a really fun day, and I can't wait to bring y'all along. That lunch felt like weirdly aggressive, so I didn't film myself eating it. It was not cute. You know, nachos are just like hard to eat sometimes. However, it was very, very good. But yeah, it felt like a lot for lunch, which is fine. I think we're just doing little like snackies tonight anyways, so I am like stuffed. But y'all, I got my order in from the feed, and I am so excited to open this with you guys. I only ended up getting like, they have an option just to do like a mix match of like 8 different gels, I think. So it's not like anything crazy, but I thought it'd be fun just to kind of look through what I have. Will say it's pretty expensive. I don't know if I would order from there again, and honestly, like as a whole, gels are pretty expensive, so which is very unfortunate once you start to fly through them. And it's another good reason to try more like real foods, just, you know, the more you get into your training. But I also recognize that during a marathon, you're probably, you know, not gonna be pounding back like a PB&J like you would during an ultra. I'd have to go back and double check what I spent, but it was like somewhere in the like $45 range maybe once I paid for shipping and everything. It is satisfying though, I'm not gonna lie. Just like this like hefty bag of different gels, like it is pretty satisfying. So I will quickly go through the different ones that I got, and I've got 12 miles coming up this Saturday. I'm so excited. It is so fun just like coming back from an injury and just kind of like getting back to it. You'll know it really has been such a long time since I've been in a solid running routine, even though I have done like a couple races this past year. I just feel like it's really been a long time since I've been in a running routine. So every weekend it is just like so exciting just to be going a little bit further each time. And I will definitely be fueling with some of these just so I can start to really try them out. Oh my, this one feels, don't think I'm gonna like this. It literally is like so liquidy. This is a Power Bar. I used to love those peanut butter Power Bars when I was younger, but I honestly didn't even know they were still around. It's a Power Gel dual source carb mix and it's orange flavor. I don't know if I'm gonna like this one. I'm kind of scared. I feel like that one's gonna, orange stuff for some reason just sends me to the bathroom. So I've got that. Can you hear that? Yeah, it literally feels like, it's like, feels like straight up like water. Then I got this UCAN, or I think that's what it is, right? Yeah, UCAN Edge Energy Gel Strawberry Banana. A couple years ago, I ran the Dallas Marathon. Well, I've run it a couple times now, like 2 or 3 times. But the sponsor was UCAN, and I honestly don't remember what the flavor was, but I remember not really loving them. They kind of just had like a medicinal taste, but I do love strawberry banana flavor things. So I'm excited to try this. I also feel like I've heard a lot of people, I think they did like a huge push on social like a year ago because I feel like I saw like everyone talking about UCAN then. But a lot of people were saying it's pretty easy on their stomach. So hopefully this will serve me well. I'm excited to try it. 6D Sports Nutrition. It's red fruits, 30 grams of carbs, and yeah, I'm excited to try this one too. I obviously have no idea what this brand is. But yeah, 200 milligrams of sodium, and the texture feels pretty good. There are so many of these like super liquidy ones. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. And it's another orange one. This is, I've also never heard of them, AMACX. I'm just gonna spell it out because I have no idea how you would say that. But yeah, this is another, it says it's a drink gel, which makes sense. I feel like I'm a little bit nervous about all these liquidy gels, but watch me like end up loving them or something like that. Then the next one, I have heard really good things about Science and Sport. I want to say sponsored in New York. I don't remember. Maybe just people I know use them. These are unflavored. I have never, or the ones they sent are unflavored. I've never used an unflavored gel before because the thought of like that texture with no flavor, is it just me, or does that not kind of give you the ick to think about? That's why I've also stayed clear of Martin, in addition to how expensive Martin gels are. But who knows? Maybe it's just going to be a great like learning experience, because maybe it's the flavors that are giving me stomach problems. So while the thought of like an unflavored one doesn't really sound that appealing, maybe that's what I need, and maybe that like will help my stomach not go crazy. Ooh, I really like their like simple branding. This is by Victus. Y'all, I am like shook that there are so many gel brands out there. Like, it is crazy to me that there are so many. Ooh, this is lemon flavored. So yeah, texture also feels pretty good. We're almost done, I promise. I'm gonna fly through these last 4. Oh, speak of the devil, I said I've never tried Martin, but here we go. I thought there might be one in here. Yeah, I think this is also, I don't know if they only do unflavored, but I think this is also the unflavored one. I'm super excited about this. A lot of my friends really enjoy them, so I'm gonna give that one a go. And then I've got the Goo Strawberry Kiwi. Goos are what I used to, like when I first started running, there definitely weren't as many gel brands as there are now, but I feel like Goo was like literally the only gel brand that I knew of. Like when I would go into a Luke's Locker or like a running store or something, they only had Goos. So Goos was what I started out with, and they always hurt my stomach, but I don't know, I should have put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, it's the Goos and they're not working for you. But then I slowly switched to other things. So I haven't really had Goo in a long time, and they obviously have way more flavors now than they used to. So yeah, I used to really like them, but they also used to give me stomach problems. But that was also like 10 years ago. So I'm excited to try the strawberry kiwi of this. The second to last one is this Innervit Carbo Gel 2-to-1 ratio. It's got 40 grams of carbs, and it is a lime flavor. So yep, I've got that one to try. And then the last one, not even gonna try to pronounce that. Yeah, STYRKR. No idea. It doesn't have a flavor listed on it, so I'm also gonna guess that this one is not flavored. It also, like, all the not flavored ones like came in an intense like black branding package, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so that is what I got. I am really excited just to try a few different things. like I mentioned, when I get more into like longer distances and really get into training for the ultra, I will start to incorporate a lot more like real foods. Probably start to like try out some other candies and whatnot. I know when I was training for the 50 miler, I tried like fueling with the sour watermelon candies, and that was really good. If you don't know, like at ultras, at a lot of the aid stations, they have like a ton of different candies, and so I was just trying to like try out all that before, just to make sure it didn't hurt my stomach. But these will be perfect for right now. And obviously, when you're running like a long distance, like you can't do it just on gels, and a lot of times your stomach will start to like reject a certain like taste or fuel if that's all you've been using. So that's why it's important just to test a lot of different options out. And same with a marathon, you don't want to do anything new on race day, so it's important just to figure out what works best for you. So yeah, got this hefty bag and I can't wait to try some of them out this Saturday. I feel like this is the most random and chaotic vlog I have done in a while. And I don't know, it was just kind of a weird day too. I ended up knocking out most of my work by like 3. Y'all know I've been freelancing and doing like web design stuff. But also I'm still looking for jobs. So I spent like the past hour and a half looking on LinkedIn, looking at jobs. And I don't know if you have been, I would assume everyone has been in the job search before. But if you have been in the job search where you no longer have like the full-time job, I feel like it's very different when you're employed and you just want to get out and you're looking for a job. And then there's just like another emotional element to it when you lost your full-time job and you really need another full-time job, which not that I like really need one because I am freelancing and have other things, but I think a part of me is like, no, a full-time job would probably be best for me in this season, but I don't know. But all that to say, the past hour and a half I've been like looking at jobs, and it always just kind of like gets me in a funk, and I start to get like frustrated with myself about certain things in my career that I wish had like turned out differently. I've worked at a lot of startups that haven't panned out. So I don't know, I just like didn't really film that much of any of that just because I was like, ah. So I am wrapping up the workday now. I've got about just about an hour until Nicole comes and picks me up, and then we're gonna do our little girls night, which is kind of like perfect timing. I could definitely use some girl chat and just like girl time. But I mentioned earlier that I would do both a grocery haul and a little Barnes & Noble book haul. Dom ended up putting the groceries away, so no grocery haul, sorry about that. But I do have a little book haul to do, which y'all know, if there's anything that can put me in a good mood, it's gonna be a book haul. It's gonna be looking at the books that I've got coming up. So I am really excited. I had to really practice self-control because there were so many that I wanted, and they also didn't have all the ones that I wanted either. So I might go back in a little bit, or I might just like place an online order. But anyways, the first one that I got is The Love of My Afterlife. I've heard several like booktubers talking about this one. I'm also obsessed with the cover. The colors are so fun, but from my understanding, it's essentially this girl and guy meet like in the afterlife, and then I don't know what happens, but he like goes back to Earth, I think, and essentially and they like fall in love, and she's like, this is a perfect person. Oh my gosh. Essentially she has 10 days to go back to Earth and find this man that she fell in love with in the afterlife on Earth. So I don't know if I explained that like exactly perfect and what the plot is, but that's kind of, yeah, my understanding from what I've heard other people talk about it, and I'm really excited. Then this next one, I actually haven't heard anyone talk about. I don't know if it's old or new, and I need to look up Lucy Gilmore because that last name, or that name, is very familiar to me, so I don't know if I've read something else by her, but it's called The Library of Borrowed Hearts. From what I remember, she works at a library and someone comes in and offers like a huge price for one of their rare old books, and she's like, oh my gosh, why is this person like offering so much money? She opens it and she just finds all of these notes that a guy and girl like were writing to each other, and I think then the rest of the book is like her trying to find this couple, what happened to them, like did they end up together, all this stuff. So I cannot wait to read this one, and I feel like it's different from a lot of the books that I might usually read, so I'm hoping it's really good. And then this last one I'm super excited about. It's Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and I've heard a lot of people talking about this. I can't remember when it came out, but it's definitely been out for like a minute. And I remember, yeah, it first came out in Japan in 2015, and it looks like this edition was published in 2020, and I know there's like a lot of other ones kind of in this series, but I think it is just like a bunch of short stories, kind of whimsical, really sweet. I have heard that you will definitely like cry in it, so we'll see if I end up crying. But I believe it follows the story of 4 different customers at this coffee shop, and there is like a time travel element involved, but essentially you only have as much time as it takes before the coffee gets cold. So I'm really curious to see what it's all about. And yeah, I just like really like the size of it. It's such like a cute little small size, so should be a fairly easy read to get through. So hopefully I'll have a review on what I think of this one fairly soon. And then I'm gonna be making a separate video with these books, and some people will probably judge, and that's totally fine, but y'all know I love Disney, and I've been seeing like Disney books more and more and hadn't ever tried them. So I got 3 different ones by 3 different authors to try. If you have read any of them, let me know. But I got one, basically a lot of them are either like the prequel to a popular character that you know, or it's essentially like, what if the movie didn't pan out in this way, and what if this actually happened? And then like the story is all about like, oh, what if Merida had done this instead of that? So I'm obviously so excited to read these. I feel like this is something that younger 13-year-old Molly would have absolutely eaten up. Therefore, that means 30-year-old Molly will also absolutely eat it up. But I got one based off of Merida, which I love. Brave, not only because I also have red curly hair, but I think it's a great movie. Hercules is like my comfort movie. I love that when I was little, so I got another one with those characters. And then I got one with Cinderella, which Cinderella is probably not one of my favorite princesses, but I thought the story or like the plot of this one just sounded really good. And then I have one over by our bed. I got one on Gaston. So I ended up getting a lot of books, but I'm so excited about them. So yeah, I'm honestly probably just going to read the Gaston book for a little bit. I feel like I am just like, the job searching stuff just kind of made me feel a little bit sad and like disheartened. So I'm gonna read for a little bit, kind of just to get my spirits back up before this girls' night.
That's why I figured you would have something that I want to do a better job. Oh my god. Hi Molly's YouTube.
Do you want to show yours? Do you want to show yours, Nicole?
My table. Come on, here.
That's good. I'm back and I'm going to wrap this vlog up. I really don't know how exciting or interesting of a vlog this was, just because like I mentioned earlier, it was kind of all over the place, but tonight was so much fun. I had honestly intended on filming more and like getting shots of all of us like painting ours, but it was very difficult. Like we all opened it and we're like, oh my gosh, like the spaces to paint were all like just so small. I don't know what, I'm tired, I don't know what I just did with my hand, but like literally the spots were like this big and there's just a lot of them. So none of us finished. I don't think any of us even got halfway, but it was so much fun. Nicole's been gone for the past month, and so it's so great to have her back and just love hanging out with them. So we had such a great time tonight, and it was just a very much needed girls cozy crafting night. So I'm so glad we got to that, and I'm gonna have to finish that painting sometime this week. So I'll probably like do it one night or something, try and finish it while I'm just like watching YouTube or something. Then I know earlier too, I got my blood drawn obviously, and it said I would talk about it a little bit later. I think I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more just once I get my results back. Honestly, it's just like been a minute since I've gotten my blood work done. I feel like it's really important to get it done at the beginning of every training cycle, and I've also just been like very tired, so my coach was like, oh, we should probably like get your blood drawn. But yeah, I feel like right now I don't really like have that much to share. I did use like a specific platform to where they just have like phlebotomists that can come and do like draw your blood for you, but they'll be testing for like 65 different things, including like thyroid stuff, obviously all like normal like blood levels and measures and all that stuff. But like I said, I'll talk about that in a future vlog just once I get my results back. But yeah, I hope this was fun to watch. Again, I'm so sorry it's a little all over the place. And if there's anything you would like to see in future vlogs, definitely let me know. I love making content that y'all enjoy watching. So I'm just super grateful you're here, and I'll see you next time.